Hello, I'm Victor, and this is Online Literature class. In our last lesson, we started to look at figures of speech, where we learned about three figures of speech, which are metaphor, simile, and personification. We learned that metaphor is a figure of speech that compares two things directly. For example, Ali is a lion. We also learned that simile is a figure of speech that compares two things indirectly using the words like or as. For example, Ali is as strong as a lion. And finally, we learned that personification is a figure of speech that gives inanimate attributes to animate things. For example, the sky is pregnant. The sky is pregnant. In today's lesson, we will continue to look at some other figures of speech, which are synecdoche, euphemism, and paradox. Synecdoche, euphemism, and paradox. Now let's get down to it. Synecdoche can be defined as a figure of speech that uses part to represent whole or whole to represent part in a sentence. Synecdoche can be defined as a figure of speech that uses whole to represent part or part to represent whole in a literary sentence. For example, we know this popular statement that people use when they go to look for a lady's hand in marriage. They will be like, "We came to seek your daughter's hand in marriage." But I ask, is it actually the hand they are seeking for or the daughter? So the hand there is actually standing for the whole daughter, but they would rather say we came to seek for Hadiza's hand in marriage. So the hand there is representing the whole of Aisha, not really a part of Aisha. If it were not so, then they could have cut the hand of Aisha and hand it over to them. So I guess you understand that part. Another example is two heads are better than one. Two heads are better than one. Who is cutting heads? If they catch you cutting heads, they will arrest you. But what it means is that two people coming together to solve a situation is better than one person trying to solve a situation alone. Another example is we need more hands to finish this job. We need more hands to finish this job. By now, you know what it means. We need more people to finish this job. We need more people to finish this job. The next figure of speech that we will look at today is euphemism. Euphemism can be defined as a figure of speech that expresses a painful or offensive situation in a less painful or less offensive way. Euphemism can be defined as a figure of speech that expresses a painful or offensive situation in a less painful or less offensive way. Another definition of euphemism is that it is a figure of speech that clothes an unpleasant statement with pleasant words. It is a figure of speech that clothes an unpleasant statement with pleasant words. For example, the student got some touches for misbehaving in class. The student got some touches for misbehaving in class. Is it really touches? I think if a student misbehaves, then the student got some beating. But then you are saying it in a less painful way. And you say he got some touches instead of he got some beating. Another example is Ali's father is dead. Ali's father is dead. This is a painful statement which can actually sound very painful. But under euphemism, you can simply say Ali's father just traveled to the land beyond. Ali's father just traveled to the land beyond. It actually means Ali's father is dead. Another figure of speech that we'll look at today, and it is the final figure of speech that we'll look at, is paradox. Paradox is a statement that looks untrue on the surface, but it's actually true when studied closely. Paradox is a statement that looks untrue on the surface, but it's actually a true statement when studied closely. For example, the best way to move forward is to take a step backward. The best way to move forward is to take a step backward. This statement means that anytime you want to progress, sometimes you have to retract, get more energy, refresh yourself before you continue with your journey. A person that moves and moves and moves without getting a rest will get exhausted and actually may find it difficult to reach his or her destination. So, the best way to move forward is to take a step backward. It is no wonder that the statement says a step, not steps backward. So I guess you get it when we say that a paradox is a statement that looks untrue, but actually it's true, because when you take a step backward, you're going backward, but then you're only taking it to get more energy, to have a break in order to continue to move forward. Another example of paradox that we'll look at today is the more I learn, the more I find out I don't know nothing. The more I learn, the more I found out that I know nothing. Now, ideally, when you are learning, you are getting to know something. But when you're learning, you find out that you need to learn more. Learning comes with hunger to know more. So, the statement is actually true that the more you learn, the more you feel the urge, the more you feel the hunger to know more. That brings us to the end of our class today. We have looked at synecdoche, euphemism, and paradox. We learned that synecdoche is a figure of speech that uses part to represent whole in a literary statement, or whole to represent part in a literary statement. And we also learned that euphemism is a figure of speech that expresses a painful or offensive statement in a less painful or less offensive way, or it is a figure of speech that clothes an unpleasant situation with pleasant words. And finally, we learned about paradox, and we learned that paradox is a statement that looks untrue on the surface, but it's actually true when studied closely. Thank you for watching. Please like the video and share. And I hope to see you in our next class. Don't forget, if you have questions, you can leave them in the comment section. And if you have some comments, you can also leave them in the comment section. Tomorrow morning, there will be a backup note that I'll be posting so that you get more. Or in this backup notes, you will get 10 examples of each of these figures of speech that we discussed. Please continue to follow, continue to like, continue to share these videos that I'm posting, and I appreciate every of your support at this early part of my journey. Thank you. I'm Victor. Bye.